All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the late night with Coach Eli edition. And if you're wondering why I'm not using my brand new late night with Coach Eli thumbnail, well, I had planned to do this show earlier tonight, but some things came up, so I had to push it back a little bit. And I didn't feel like changing the thumbnail. So it is what it is. It's all good. It doesn't matter. You know what the show is, right? Anyway, before we get to the show, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and ensure that it is rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. Let me also check out Facebook and make sure it's running well with the new way they're doing things over on Facebook. I mean, it's pretty much the same video. It's just they're putting it into an event format, the same event format that they've been using for actual in-person events that people, create to share, and that way people can click if they're attending or not. So it just took a little time to get used to it, and I think I've mastered it, and it's looking good on the back end, but let's make sure, as always, that it is rolling smoothly on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. On the back end, but let's make sure, as always, that it is rolling smoothly on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. On the back end, it is. Let's make sure, as always, that it is rolling smoothly. It's all good. God, I love this phone. I've had this phone for like 6, almost 7 months now. And man, let me tell you, my productivity compared to my iPhone 6 Plus has like quadrupled on it. And same thing with the brand new laptop I got. When you get, top-notch new equipment, folks, the latest stuff, it may cost you a little more money, but it's actually going to save you money in the long run by saving you time and allowing you to be more productive. So I'm going to do a stream on that at some point, spending more money to make more money and to manage your time better, right? Because if you can use products that allow you to get things done faster and more efficiently, they're going to make you more money in the long run, right? Than if you keep using your old school equipment. But anyway, all right, folks, welcome to the show. Before I get to the topic tonight, I have a bunch of things to talk about. I want to discuss a brand new feature that YouTube just introduced. And if you're already in the chat of my live stream on the YouTube side of things, you're going to know what it is. Oh, but wait, before I get to that, oh my gosh, how can I forget you, Troy? Troy, how can I forget you? I don't want to forget my sponsor. I can't forget my sponsor. Let's do that before I share the brand new feature update to YouTube live stream chats. Sponsor of this business, the Coach Eli, Elias Melas business. And the sponsor of this YouTube channel and wherever else I put my content is none other than the great Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. And he is a branding and marketing genius and very reasonably priced. There's no one I trust more than Troy when it comes to branding and marketing. He also offers some other amazing products and services for businesses and consumers, stuff that you're going to need that's going to make your life a lot easier at the best possible prices from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Troy and myself, between Troy and I, we have two of the most trustworthy networks on the planet. So if there's something that you need, please consider contacting us. Contact Troy. Go below the description about a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things and click on the link to the main site, discovercommunitynetwork.com. If you're on Facebook, go up top to the Facebook search bar and type in discovercommunitynetwork.com, and then that'll take you to the main Facebook business page. From there, you can connect with Troy. If you would rather, have me introduce you, you need a little more hand-holding, and you'd like me to introduce you personally to Troy through an email introduction, I'd be happy to do that. And also, if you'd like a free consultation with Troy, or if you feel more comfortable having me on that free consultation along with Troy and making it a 3-way conference call, that can be arranged as well. If you want to do that, just reach out to me by going below the description on the YouTube side of things, and on the Facebook or within the Facebook description, you'll see my email, Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. One more time, that's Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. Troy, once again, thank you so much for your continued sponsorship and patronage of this channel. Lots of love from Coach Eli and the Coach Eli clan. All right. All right, so let's get to this brand new feature update that YouTube, I believe, just rolled out today because I didn't see it yesterday. And earlier today, when I was setting up this stream, OBS just disconnected me and reconnected me. I hope that's the only time. I hope that's the only time it does that. Oh, come on, YouTube. This is Sunday going into Monday. It's actually, sorry, it's Monday going into Tuesday. I'm sorry. What am I saying? It's Monday going into Tuesday. My bad. My bad. There's no need for the YouTube live streaming server to be going down for any reason right now. Hopefully, that's the only time it'll happen. If you were watching the replay, you saw a splice. If you were here live, you saw buffering. And now we should be back and rolling smoothly. Let's just check them. It just did it again. Come on, YouTube. What is going on? Like, couple, 2-3 days, it runs well. It happened again. And now we should be back and rolling. Hang on a second, smoothly, folks. Let's just check them. It just did it again. Come on, YouTube. What is going on? Oh, like, man, we've got two people. It did it a third time in literally like, it did it a third time within like less than 2 minutes. And if it does it another once or twice, I'm going to have to just kill this stream and do it another time. I'm not going to. All right, it did it again. Yeah, folks, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to kill the stream on YouTube. Stay here on this link. I'm going to restart OBS and come back and see if that fixes it. So just stick around. Oh, man. All right, I'll be back in a few. Just stick around. All right. All right. All right. I just restarted Open Broadcast software. And I'm going to see how this plays out here for a second. I should be back on Facebook and YouTube. You just never know when this is going to happen, folks. You just never know when this is going to happen. Let me just make sure that we're rolling smoothly here. And I'm going to see how this plays out here for a second. I should be back on Facebook. You know, sometimes it's just a glitch connecting to the server. Other times it's just YouTube having issues. Other issues, the server being overloaded, them doing maintenance. I know they've been doing a lot of updates at YouTube. I'm hoping it stabilizes for right now. Let me just make sure that we're back on Facebook again. I mean, I know exactly what to do to try to make this work on the fly without having to kill the stream. So hopefully this is going to stick. Mastered it and to kill the stream. So hopefully this is going to stick. All right. It's not doing the disconnect right now. So all I did is I stopped the stream on OBS. And when you have your live stream set on YouTube and Facebook to not automatically stop, to not automatically end when you end setting your broadcast from your streaming software, you have a certain amount of time where you can restart and it'll just leave off where it left off. Hey, Critical Mass, how you doing? Hey, Lewis Fuller, how's it going? I was having some issues a second ago with the YouTube live streaming server, and I had to pause the stream for a second and restart my OBS, but it seems to be rolling better right now. Let's cross our fingers. It's not me, folks. I got top of the line equipment. Hey, Information Man Show, peace and respect. Welcome, bro. Welcome to the show. We're already having issues here, man. In the middle of the night. It is 4:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1:01 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And yeah, we're already having issues. And I'm a one-man show. I'm doing this all on my own, but that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so folks, we seem to be doing fine for right now. Beastmaster's in the house. Hey, Coach. Hello, my queen. Oh, Queen is not here right now, bro. I think she's sleeping for once. Anyway, folks, YouTube created a brand new feature, or added a brand new feature to YouTube live streams. I noticed this in my back end of YouTube earlier today. They had a notice on it. And basically, they are now allowing you to make your chats subscriber-only chats, meaning you're in subscriber-only mode. Now, I believe this is available to 100% of creators that have enabled live streaming on their channel. I could be wrong, but I believe it's available to 100% of the creators out there. Now, I'm also a part of the YouTube Partner Program, and I have another option to where I can make my chats members-only chats, meaning that only channel members, paid channel members, can chat during my public live streams. But I do believe the subscriber-only chat feature is available to everyone. Now, as you can see at the top of the chat or the bottom of the chat, depending on whether you're on mobile or whether you're on desktop or whenever you join the stream, you'll see a little notification saying, Coach Eli, Elias Melas turned on subscribers only mode. Only channel subscribers of 20 minutes or longer can send messages. So basically, folks, what you can now do for all of your live streams is turn on subscribers. All right. OBS just disconnected me again. I just really hope this does not keep happening because, I mean, when this happens, like these streams are really, really, really difficult to run because you lose your train of thought and, you know, it's just a messed up show. There's really nothing more I can do. It's out of my control, folks. It's the YouTube live streaming server. It is not me. Now, I could switch to the backup live streaming server. They do have that. I don't know if that would make a difference. I'm thinking about doing that, but we'll see. If it does it like once or twice more, then I'm going to see if I can switch to the backup live streaming server that YouTube has, because the main server has been rather unstable lately. But anyway, so like I said, it says Coach Eli, Elias Melas turned on subscribers only mode. Only channel subscribers of 20 minutes or longer can send messages. So what you can do is set up your streams to only allow people subscribed to your channel to chat. And then you can also select options on how long they have to be a subscriber before they're allowed to chat in your live chat or any of your live stream chats. Okay. Now, I'm not going to show this on the screen to you folks. I mean, well, maybe I should. I think I'm going to. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I might as well just show you. Here. Let me see. I'm going to have to, I thought I was logged in here. Let me do this real quick. Give me a second here, folks. I've got to, all right, here we go. Let me just get my two-factor authentication code. Just a second here, folks. Sometimes the shows just go like this, and you just got to roll with it, right? Just got to roll with it. I'm going to show you this right on the screen so you folks know what I'm talking about. All right, let me switch over to the browser screen here. There we go. Now, this is a stream I never did. As you can see on the top left over there, I was going to do a stream called Biden Wins. You can see a picture of Joe Biden there. Now, let me just zoom in here for a second. You can see a picture of Joe Biden there and my picture on the right. I never did the stream, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more so you folks can actually see this here, right? Now, when you get to the bottom of your live stream settings, okay, you see right here it says live chat replay. You have to have those ticked to make sure you allow the live chat while the stream is live. You also allow the live chat replay to show on the replay of your live stream. And right below here, they changed this option, which used to just allow you to choose members only chat or not if you're in the YouTube Partner Program. And if you're not in the YouTube Partner Program, there was nothing there. But now it says participant modes. Who can send messages? Anyone. And when you hover over the question mark, anyone can participate and send a message. You can also select subscribers. Let's go to members first. You can select members, right? And then members only mode limits participants to those who are paid members of your channel. Or you can click on subscribers, and this allows subscriber only mode limits participants to those who followed your channel for a set amount of time. So basically, if you choose subscriber only mode for your chats, for your public live streams, you can set the minimum amount of time that they have to be a subscriber before they're allowed to chat. Okay? You can select any duration, meaning that they can start chatting right away. You can select 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or a custom setting, which allows you to set whatever amount of time you want, right? Or you can go hours, days, weeks, months, or years. I can say, you know what? All new subscribers have to wait 1 year, or let's say you have to wait 10 years before you can chat in my chat. I mean, you're not going to do that, right? But you have the flexibility and the capability to now, only allow subscribers to chat in your chat, and they have to wait a certain amount of time. Now, what I've chosen on my stream today, and I'm going to be using on every stream, is subscribers, minimum subscribe time, 20 minutes. So if you've been subscribed to my channel longer than 20 minutes, lifetime, right? Then you can chat. What this is going to do, folks. Now, let me just go ahead and go back to full screen here. Give me a second here. Let's see. What this is going to do, folks, it's going to prevent a lot of trolling, in my opinion. It's also going to force people to subscribe to your channel if they want to chat. And let me ask you folks this. Why would you want anyone chatting in your live stream chats that you wouldn't want subscribed to you? Right? I mean, unless you want a bunch of negative people that are just going to troll you, right? But people that truly want to engage and participate in your chats for the right reasons are going to subscribe, right? And this is a great feature. I'm really proud of what YouTube did. Many people continue to, criticize YouTube, criticize CEO Susan Wojcicki, and say the company is, not taking care of the creators. But let me tell you, folks, they've done a damn good job on my channel. They've been taking care of me very well. All my videos have been monetized. I've had a couple of videos recently that got demonetized. My last 2 streams were demonetized, and in less than a day, they were both remonetized under manual review. If you do your part the right way, if you follow the rules, this is a great platform, folks. It is a privilege to be on this platform, and I'm very proud that I have the privilege of being on here. I love YouTube, and I love what they've done, and I'm not going to criticize them. Now, are there things that we can't criticize them on, and we have in the past? Sure, right? But they've legitimately made so many great changes to make this such a better platform. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. I don't have these features on Facebook. These features are not available on Twitch. They're not available on DLive or any other video platform. There's no better platform I'd rather put my videos on and run my business on than YouTube. And if anyone has a problem with me saying that, oh well, that's your opinion. It's all good. YouTube, thanks again. Great update. There's also another update coming regarding copyright, but it hasn't been fully been released yet. I'm going to share more about that another time. It's an interesting thing that they're doing that's going to prevent future re-uploads of content that you've already filed copyright takedowns on. Sometimes when you file a copyright takedown notice because someone re-uploads your content, there are multiple other copies that same creator or other creators are uploading, right? And there's going to be a feature to where once you take it down one time, once you take one piece of content down one time and you flag it with that check mark, prevent future re-uploads of this content, if anyone else tries to re-upload it, the YouTube Content ID system will automatically block it without it having to even go through the DMCA system. It just won't let that creator re-upload. And I think that's great. I think that's awesome. So again, thank you, YouTube. And I'll share more about that as it gets released on my channel. They started releasing it, but they said it's going to take a few weeks to roll out globally. I still haven't received that feature yet. When I get it, I'll probably mention it on a stream or do a specific stream or pre-recorded video on it. All right. So, Beastmaster hitting the super sticker. Beastmaster with a $2 super sticker. Thank you so much, brother. We're going to give you a big round of applause, bro. Yeah. Thank you, Beastmaster, for the $2 super sticker. It looks like the live streaming server is okay for now. So let's go ahead and start channel donations tonight or this morning at $2. Thank you once again, Beastmaster, for the $2 super sticker, bro. Hopefully you're doing quite well. Yeah, you keep jumping around, LOL. It's all good. What are you talking about? The stream? Are you talking about the YouTube live streaming server? That keeps cutting me off and coming back. Yeah, it's not myself. It's not OBS. It's not my new computer. It's not me. It's YouTube, bro. Anyway. All right. So today we're discussing the number one reason why most relationships fail and how to better qualify people. One more time, the number one reason why most relationships fail and how to better qualify people. So here's what I'm going to do, folks. This show tonight will be in 2 parts. The first part, I'm going to talk about qualifying people. I'm going to share what I do. I've kind of talked about it before, and I've been highly scrutinized for my method. by certain people, which I can understand that. But I'm going to share with you folks that if you're looking for something genuine, this is the only way you're going to find it in the modern world. If you're looking for a hookup or something, short term or one night stand or whatever, right? Then that's a different story. And I'm not here to help people with that. Okay? But if you're looking for something committed and long term, what I'm going to share with you here on this show are the methods I use on how to get there and how to qualify, the right person to invest your time in or on. Okay? And I'm also going to read an article that I actually found out about through another channel I watch. I watch the Strong Successful Male channel. They actually reviewed this article, and I thought it was so interesting that I wanted to share it with my audience. This is regarding a 32-year-old young man that has a child with a woman, and they were dating for a while. They were engaged, and I think they had the kid before they got engaged, and then 1 year after they got engaged, she's out of the picture. He left her, I guess, and he put himself back out on the dating scene. And he wrote this article, No Kidding, What's It Really Like to Date a Single Dad? From One Night Stands to Being Ghosted. It's an interesting article of a good dude who's a really good dude, trying to find a good woman because he enjoys the companionship of a woman, because he tried to make it work with his ex, and, it didn't work. And so he left her, and, he put himself back out there. And it had been I think when I get the article, I'll let you folks know. I think it was they were together for 9 years or 8 years or something, maybe close to 10 years. When you've been out of the dating scene, if you've been out of the dating scene for 10 years in the modern world, let's say, you just went through a breakup or divorce yesterday, and you put yourself back out on the dating scene in the modern world today, there's a huge difference and huge paradigm shift in the way dating was even just 10 years ago compared to what it is today. So you can only imagine what this guy has been experiencing. And I'm laughing because, I'm a single guy, never been married, and I have no kids, and I've got the same problems, bro. It doesn't matter if you're a single dad or not. Maybe it's a little bit more difficult if you're a single dad, because some women want to be with a guy that has no kids because the woman wants you to have greater flexibility. I can understand that, but besides that, everything else, everyone's getting ghosted. People just want one-night stands. They're quick to judge. Swipe left, swipe right. Oh, man, I got to tell you, it's it's crazy. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. So anyway, and looks like my buddy who's been trolling me for the last few days created a sock and had to wait 20 minutes to troll me just to get hidden. That's all good. That's all good. Daniel, I'm just going to have fun with you because, listen, dude, you keep coming in here every day saying the same thing. When you going to get a life? You're pathetic, right? Right? Dude, I could flip it around and tell you the same thing, right? When you going to get a life and stop trolling people when we don't really care? I don't care, dude. If you want to come in and troll, just troll, dude, and we'll just ban you, bro. Seriously, we had some fun over the last year or two, especially you, right? And now it's over, bro. We moved on. Are you not able to move on, bro? I mean, why don't you do the grown-ass mature thing, brother? It's all right, man. It's all right. So the number one reason why most relationships fail and how to better qualify people. Well, what is the number one reason why relationships fail? Because people fail to qualify people before they get into a relationship with somebody. Repeat that again. The number one reason why relationships fail is because people are not taking the time to qualify each other before they get serious and get committed, right? Like my thumbnail says, we need to better qualify our prospects, right? If you've ever run a business, right, or you've been a manager for a company, a hiring manager like I've been, you have to qualify your prospects. You get a bunch of people applying for the job and you hire the most qualified people, right? You hire the best fit, right? If you're running your own business and you need help, right, you're going to seek out the best qualified person, right? But when it comes to dating in the modern world, men and women don't take the time to qualify shit. They don't. You know why? Because they're swiping left and swiping right. Oh, he's hot. He's not. Oh, she's hot. She's not. We've got a hot guy and a hot chick. Okay, we're going to swipe left on each other and hook up, right? And we're going to base our relationship off of swiping left on each other. Right? And people don't take the time to get to know each other, right? Now, here's the thing. If a guy and a gal just want to get together and have sex one time or have something casual, as long as you both know what's going on, hey, to each its own. I don't preach that, but hey, I don't have a problem with it either. Do what you got to do. At least you're being honest, right? But if you're looking for a relationship, right? If you're a man and a woman looking for a relationship, swiping left is not going to, swiping left on each other is not going to find you the right person, right? Looks are not going to keep people around or keep people interested or keep the fire burning. Initially, looks will get you in the door and you might have some great sex, but what happens after that, right? Folks, you've got to do a better job of qualifying the people that you're talking to online or meeting in person before you get too serious, right? And you got to take the time to get to know people because a lot of times, most of the time, people don't show their true colors for 2 to 3 months. If you're with somebody longer than 3 months and they're still consistent, then more than likely that's who they really are. But sometimes men and women, and many times nowadays, they'll put up a front and be somebody they're not just to, keep you around or maybe just sleep with you or, just have somebody to hang around with, right? So you got to keep that in mind. You can't jump the gun too quick. You can't fall in love too fast, right? That's what I think happened to this guy regarding the article I'm going to go over here in just a little bit. Now, let me actually just go and do that right now. It just makes sense to streamline right into that. Let me check out Facebook, though, first and see. We're already demonetized on this stream. That's all right, YouTube. I'm going to request review, and the YouTube artificial intelligence, the demonetization system has been acting up lately. It's just been demonetizing everything. But I submit it for manual review, and they approve it every time. It's just. I think YouTube is going through some major upgrades right now, or some major enhancements, and it's just affecting all of their systems. I'm in the middle of the live stream. It gets demonetized. I've already submitted this thing for manual review in the middle of the stream. Beautiful. Well, it's all good, YouTube. I ain't mad at you. Got nothing but love for you. Do your thing, all right? Just do your thing. Outback Andy Foster, happy Taco Tuesday. Hey, Andy, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. All right, let's switch over to the browser screen. Let me go over this, and I'm going to take a break and come back and share a few other stories of my recent personal experiences. I've talked with some women that regard the topic, and they're going to be interesting. So these stories are going to be interesting. Let me switch over here. All right. All right, this is from the U.S. Sun, June 19th, 2021. And again, let me scroll up a second. This is the guy right here, right? 32-year-old guy, I believe. Yeah, Mark Waddington, 32-year-old guy, decent-looking guy. Look at him with his kid right there. Happy guy. This guy looks happy. He's in decent shape. He's got a nice suit on. I mean, he looks happy. Like this guy's a catch. This guy's a catch, right? No kidding. What's it really like to date a single dad from one-night stands to being ghosted? We've all got our stories nowadays, don't we? Especially us guys. Like women ghost almost everybody nowadays. It's in their DNA. Being ghosted, one-night stands, and women who won't look twice at him because he has a child. That's what it is like to date, according to a single dad. Here, Mark Waddington, 32, from Skipton, North Yorkshire, reveals what it is really like trying to find love when you're a full-time father. Well, it's not just when you're a full-time father, brother. It's just that way in general. Yeah, it's probably a little harder for you, bro, but let me tell you something. If you were a single man with no kids, it wouldn't have been easier, brother. Let me tell you that, dude. It would not be any easier, man. Mark Waddington has struggled with the modern dating world since becoming a single dad. Staring at my phone, I willed it to beep with a message. Instead, it sat on the table completely silent. My heart sank as I realized I'd been ghosted by Hannah. I've been ghosted by Hannah, Jennifer, Lexi, Brianna. I've been ghosted by every female name known to mankind. We all get ghosted. I'm not surprised, bro. Who I'd matched with on Tinder a few weeks before. Well, that's a hookup site, bro. Why are you going on there? Anyway, just hours before our first date, it felt completely brutal. Lots of women do that, dude. That's why what I tell guys is this. If you're talking with a woman, you have to gauge her level of interest. A woman that has a high level of interest will initiate contact with you all day, every day. She'll try to text you all day, every day. It doesn't mean you have to text her back all day, every day. I wouldn't, I wouldn't text her back every time. You have work to do and other things, right? Okay. But a woman that's really into you is going to show you interest, right? And it's going to reach out to you the night before and the morning right before you meet to confirm that that we're still meeting, that you're still meeting, right? Women that have a high level of interest and are really interested in you are going to make sure that that date happens and that you're there and that they know that and that you know that they're still interested, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I never imagined I'd be back on the dating scene on the cusp of turning 30. I was 21 when I started dating my ex-fiancée. We met through mutual friends in 2010, had our daughter Lizzie, now 6, in 2014, and got engaged in 2017. So now you're 32. You were with her 11 years. Now, sir, you have a 6-year-old daughter. I mean, you didn't mention whether that was planned or not, and you weren't married. I mean, was it an accident, sir? And I'm not trying to be mean about that, but there's some information that he didn't share here. Like, we don't know the full story, but I can kind of put two and two together and figure out what happened here. But let's continue. We met through mutual friends in 2010. I already read that. Had our daughter Lizzie, now 6, and in 2014 got engaged. In 2014 and got engaged in 2017. But our relationship ended the following year, and I was awarded full custody of Lizzie and began juggling being a single dad with my busy job as a professional magician, working mostly at corporate events and weddings. So he got full custody of his daughter. That says a lot about, the woman he was with, because we all know in the modern world, women primarily are going to win child custody battles and divorces, right? Now, they were never married, but they're both the parents of this child, and, they both have parental rights, right? Technically, unless, you go to court and you fight for parental rights and child custody, right? So this guy's awarded full custody of their daughter. So obviously he was able to prove that this woman is that much of an unfit mother. And if she's that much of an unfit mother, you can only imagine how unfit of a girlfriend or fiancée she was, right? Something probably happened, right? Something probably happened. Or maybe she had some pre-existing issues that weren't as apparent initially, or this guy just overlooked, right? And as they spent more and more time together, those issues, started to become, more of a headache, and he probably started calling her out on those issues, trying to get her to correct them, and it didn't work. So he said, hey, I'm out, and I'm going to take our daughter. That's what I think happened. I don't think this guy did a good enough job pre-qualifying her when she was, or when they were younger, right? He was 21 when they started dating. When I was 21 years old, I didn't know 1/20th of what I know about female nature nowadays at 47. So I can understand that, right? But nowadays, it's even more important that we teach our youth, even our young men, going as far back to their teenage years. Start during their teenage years and teach them about female nature and how to pre-qualify the type of person you're looking for, so you're not wasting your time. You're not with somebody that's not in a mental and emotional good state, right? That's what I think happened here. In late 2018, I thought it was time to start putting myself back out there. Very interesting. Let me check out the chat here real quick. God, GLM. GLM, you're here every day now, whether it's day or night. What's up? What's up? I guess you're entitled to your opinions, but I think he's a good guy. And GLM, maybe you like a different type of guy. Maybe, you're more into the ghetto stuff. I don't know. Like, he's a clean-cut dude. He seems like a decent guy. Anyway, just do what you gotta do, GLM. I'm gonna focus on my show. I'm not in the mood for trolling tonight. I'm never in the mood for trolling. After more than 7 years in a committed relationship and 4 years watching Peppa Pig and ferrying Lizzie to nursery and play dates, I was terrified. I had hardly any dating experience, never mind all these new dating apps that had sprung up. This dude was with this woman for 11 years. During a time where the smartphone was born and these apps started popping up, right? He had no experience. And I can't blame him. Dude, you came back to one hell of a shit show, brother. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that, bro. You came back to one hell of a shit show, man. Yeah, don't listen to women like GLM. They're just a little bit jaded. It's all good. Not a big deal. But I was excited too. Yeah, it's exciting, bro, because there's a huge amount of women out there. Cute women, swipe left, she's cute. Swipe right, she's not, right? This one has a great personality. There's enough written on her profile for me to get a good idea that I want to talk with her, right? It can be fun, man. But once you start talking with these women and they start taking up your time, or if you meet up with them and they take up your time, the more and more time that these apps and women take up and it gets nowhere, that's where it gets frustrating. The one thing I can't stand is anyone wasting my time for whatever reason, business or personal. But he's like, but I was excited too. I'd missed having someone special in my life. I wanted the chance to be Mark again as well as Dad. Dude, no problem. This guy's a good guy. That's a nice picture. Got a nice looking kid. He's a decent looking guy. Great back. That's a great picture. He's the proud dad of Lizzie, 6, and wants to meet someone who understands that they come as a package. Let me ask you, ladies. See, GLM, you have a son too, right? Let me ask you, ladies. You ladies expect us to accept your kids as a package if we want to date you, right? If you're a single mom, right? So what's wrong when a single dad wants the same thing? Why is it okay for women to expect certain things, but when men expect the same things that women do, women aren't cool with that? Why is that, right? Why is that? That's a fair question, right? I'm right there with you, dude. Right there with you, brother. Let's see where we're at. I may take a quick break here and continue the rest of this. Yeah, GLM, you're being rather condescending. And you're just trying to be funny. And to be quite honest with you, it's not funny to me what you're saying. It's not funny to me what you're saying. All right. I got to tell you, GLM, I'm really getting distracted having you in my chat, and you're flooding my chat. I'm going to have to let you go. It's just too much. And if you keep coming back, I'm going to have to let you go. I'm just going to leave it at that. Just know I know exactly what's going on, and I want none of it. All right, folks. Let me see. There's a bit more to go over this. There's quite a bit. So I'm going to stop right here and take a quick break and come back and continue. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to share one or two stories. I've been talking to a few women from Bumble, actually. On Bumble, I actually wasn't on for a couple of weeks, and I came back on. I had gone through all my matches, and in the last 2 weeks, I now have, there's a bunch of other people that just joined Bumble. In the last 2 weeks, literally 1,000+ people within my radius joined Bumble. I can't believe how many people are getting on Bumble. But yeah, I was swiping left and swiping right. I did that for 1 hour today, so I get through the whole entire list, and I've been getting flooded with messages by women that are actually interested. It's getting really interesting, folks. It's the law of large numbers. But there was one interesting story regarding a woman I'm talking with that wants to meet me, but I'm not sure if I'm going to meet her. And I'll explain why when I get to her story, because she's actually legally separated, going through a divorce, and it makes sense regarding the topic. So I'll share that story when I get back. Jesus Christ, man. All right, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. I gotta take care of something real quick. I really wish people would just move on and just grow up and just do their own thing. And people find sneaky ways to continue to try to troll me, and you know what I'm saying. Give me a second here. Hold on a second. I gotta just take care of something on Nightbot real quick. I'm sorry, folks. I better take care of this now and have smooth sailing later on. Almost set. All right. We should be good to go now. All right. That's going to take care of that issue. Anyway, let me just cue up some royalty-free music and we'll get right back to it. This show tonight's a little all over the place, folks, but hey, it's a show. It is what it is. Things happen sometimes and you just have to roll with the punches. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back and we're going to be all good. I still have plenty of stuff to share with you. So let me just cue up that music. Let's cue up that music. All right, music's all queued up. I'm going to step away for a quick break. And when we return, I'm going to finish that article regarding that single father having issues dating in the modern world after being off the dating scene for 11 years. Interesting. So stick around. We'll be right. Whoa. There we go. Stick around. We'll be right back. Whoa, full screen. We'll be right back. Yes, we're back. Woo! We're back. Tuck in the shirt, Eli. We're back. We're back. We're back. Stick around, Lewis. I'll share what happened, man. Let me get situated here. Yeah. Woo! I feel good. You feel good, Lewis? Does everyone watching right now in the middle of the night feel good? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Yes. Yeah. I saw you on YouTube, Outback. Welcome, brother. Welcome. I'll get to the chat in just a few. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Glad you could all join me here this late night. It's a late night with Coach Eli edition. And tonight we're discussing the number one reason why most relationships fail and how to better qualify people. One more time. The number one reason why most relationships fail and how to better qualify people. Well, the number one reason why most relationships do fail, as I mentioned in the first segment, is because people don't take the time to properly qualify their prospects. Get to know people. Don't jump in too quickly. Don't get fazed by a woman's or man's beauty on the outside. People get enamored by physical attraction. Then they have great sex and they think everything else is just going to fall into place. It's going to be honky-dory. That's not the way it works. But let me tell you guys, let me tell you something. You know, women are liberated, they're empowered nowadays. And they're going to use their looks as a weapon. I hate to say it. They're going to try to use their looks as a weapon. It's up to you if you allow them to do that to you. And if you allow a woman to do that to you, weaponize you with their looks, then you're a beta man, beta man, beta man, beta man, beta man. You want to be a beta man? Or do you want to be an alpha male? Or do you want to be a cool, calm guy that's just happy with himself, would like to find a beautiful, attractive woman, but at the same time, a beautiful, attractive woman that's going to respect him for who he is and not try to use her looks to take advantage of you in any way or some way, shape, or form? You have to better qualify your prospects, folks. You have to take the time to get to know people and not get fazed by great sex or physical attraction. That's the problem. It's plain and simple. If you can understand that, hey, you can go ahead and leave the show because the rest won't matter. You want to stick around for the stories, I'll share them. But that's the answer. That's it. That's it. So during the first part of the show, had some technical difficulties with the YouTube live streaming server cutting me off a few times, but it seems to have subsided. It seems to have fixed itself, and we're looking good. Hopefully it won't happen for the rest of the show. Lewis says, welcome back. Outback Andy Foster is on the YouTube, says, very interesting listening to something I don't have to do these days. Sounds like a jungle out there. Brother, let me tell you something. It is a bloodbath. I know you've been with your wife for a very long time, and God bless the both of you, bro. And keep it going, bro, because the last thing you want to do is put yourself out in the market regarding today's dating world. And I know you're around my age, Andy. This dude I've been talking about, he's, 32 years old? And he was with the same woman since he was 21, 11 years. Over the last 11 years, these things came out. And dating went to apps. Swipe left, swipe right. You're hot, you're not, right? And it seems like nothing else matters. But it does, and it should. I'm very passionate about this, bro. But thank you, Andy. And I know we need to connect. We keep missing each other, bro. I got to come out to the Central Valley area. I'd take you to lunch. We will catch up, Andy. I promise you, we will catch up at some point very soon. I've just had so many changes to deal with, regarding my channel, new equipment and all that. It's just been a lot and a lot of family stuff to deal with. But we're getting back to order here, Andy, and we're going to reconnect soon, bro. And I look forward to it, man. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. 18 years married this year. Congratulations, bro. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that, Andy. A big round of applause, man. And as you notice, the quality on the YouTube side of things is much better than Facebook. It's 1080p at 60 frames per second. All right. Let's get back to that article I was reading regarding that 32-year-old single father that's put himself back on the dating scene. I knew I couldn't just think about myself and what I wanted in a potential partner. I also had to think about Lizzie, that's his daughter, because we came as a package, and the right woman for me had to be right for her too. Early on, I decided only to introduce Lizzie to a potential partner if it became serious. I don't blame you, bro. You don't want, your little girl seeing women come in and out of your life. That's not going to be good for her. So good for you, bro. I missed having someone special in my life. I wanted the chance to be Mark again, as well as Dad. They quoted one of his statements from earlier that he mentioned. Mates were really supportive. This guy is from another country. But because they were mostly in long-term relationships, they didn't have much advice about the modern dating landscape, so I was going in blind. Well, if you've been off the market for the last 11 years, brother, it has changed. It has definitely changed. Taking a deep breath, I dived in, downloading Tinder, Plenty of Fish, and Bumble as I'd at least heard of them. Tinder is a hookup site. Plenty of Fish has become a hookup site. It used to be good over 10 years ago, but not anymore. So Tinder, horrible if you're looking for a commitment. Plenty of Fish, horrible. Bumble is a crapshoot. Bumble, you have hookups, you have relationships, you have a little bit of everything. So Bumble is probably the only one that's somewhat decent. But if you want something better than that, try Match.com. That's worked the best for me. Bumble is probably number 2 in my book right now. Bumble or even eHarmony might work as well. Dating checklists. It felt strange uploading photos of myself for strangers to look at. Why, bro? Physical attraction is important. It's not everything, but you got to put photos out there. So you've just been out of the scene for a while, bro. But I decided to go with a lighthearted approach, choosing casual, smiling selfies and writing about my inappropriate sense of humor that I confuse drunk people for a living and my love of a good film. That's great, bro. You're being you. Nothing wrong with that. You just haven't been around in a while, or you haven't been single for a while. And when you've been with somebody for 10, 11 years, it's not easy to get back on that horse, bro. I get it. I was upfront about being a full-time single dad. Not only was it the most important part of my identity, but there was also no point in wasting time with a woman who wasn't comfortable dating a father. Exactly. Because if you want something long-term, you got to let her know. Now, if you're looking for a hookup, you can meet up with a woman and she doesn't have to know if you have a child or not, right? But you know what you want, which is great. So you're putting it out there and you're looking to see what sticks. Good for you. Good for you. Look at that beautiful picture, folks. That's a great father there. This is great. This article was well done by the U.S. Sun. Mark has found that many women back off when they realize he's Lizzie's sole carer. Yeah, because women want a man all of themselves. A lot of women, guys, are very selfish, yet they expect you to not be, right? Another contradiction of a woman. But women are emotional beings, so what do you expect, guys? What do you expect? My first impression of the online dating landscape was, wow. Yeah, bro, I get how you feel. I've been saying wow for quite some time now, bro. And not in a good way. No kidding, dude. No shit. Many of the profiles were basically a checklist of what the woman didn't want. Anyone under 6'2", 6'2", man. Now they upped it from 6 feet to 6'2". He's like, I'm 5'11". Anyone who didn't earn a six-figure salary, it's the same stuff I've been saying. Same with the other channel where I heard about this article, the Strong Successful Male channel. He's the guy that always says women want the sixes. They want, a 6 foot tall guy, six-figure income, 6 inches, packing 6 inches down below or greater, right? Anyone who didn't earn a six-figure salary, anyone who didn't earn a six-figure salary, sadly, not me either. Anyone who wasn't a rugby player, I began to feel deflated as I opened my apps every night once Lizzie was in bed. I'll tell you, dude, it's rare, but every so often you'll find a gem that doesn't care about all that. I'm actually talking to a woman right now that I started talking to today that doesn't care about all that. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, most of them are very superficial, bro. You're beginning to see that women have become extremely superficial more than ever before. A lot more than they were even just 11 years ago, when you started your new relationship. A lot's changed in 11 years, brother. You're seeing it. I feel for you. Soon, all the profiles began to turn into one big Snapchat filtered duck pout blur. When I did match with a nice looking woman, I couldn't get over how fast paced the process was. You really have been away from it all, dude. Well, you were in a relationship for 11 years, bro. This is the dismissive cancel culture society, brother. People get canceled just like that nowadays, bro. You breathe wrong, you get canceled, right? You turn the cheek, you get canceled, right? You just wake up and you get canceled just for going to sleep the night before and waking up the next morning, bro. I'm being a little facetious, but you get the point, right? If I didn't respond to a message quickly enough, perhaps because I was busy cooking Lizzie's tea or at parents' evening, I'd find the woman had moved on. Dude, they're getting a lot of attention. You're one out of 100. You're one out of 100 or more guys that's communicating with her. So you just got to go through a lot of women, and you're going to find 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 every now and then that are going to be interested in talking with you above most, if not all others are talking with, bro. But the ones that are extremely super attractive according to society standards, those are the ones that I try to stay away from. Because they're getting a lot of attention and they know they're hot. The women that know they're hot, I stay away from. Any single parent knows you just don't have the time to be glued to your phone 24/7. Single parent or not, bro, who has the time to be glued to this damn thing all day, every day? You gotta put it down and put it away so you can enjoy life at some point, right? We use this to communicate with people, to set up appointments and dates. And once we get there, or if we have other things to do with our family and friends, if we're doing that, we got to put it down and not let it consume us. I've learned to balance myself out very well between time on my iPhone 12 Pro Max and time doing other things or just relaxing. You got to learn self-control with your smartphone. You've got to. A few weeks after I joined Tinder, I struck up a good conversation with Hannah. She seemed bubbly, friendly, and loved that I was a magician. Yeah, then you get those women that have initial interest, right? And they seem like the perfect catch, right? And then, poof, all of a sudden something happens and it changes, right? And it can change just like that, bro, because all it takes is one other guy to magically appear in her queue of people that she perceives to have a little more physical attraction for, or she likes overall, a little bit better than you, and anything that you have is going to dissipate instantly. You're going to get ghosted. That's what happens, bro. Welcome to cancel culture. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the wonderful world of ghosting, which is what I'm trying to say. He says online dating made him feel deflated as many of the profiles were basically a checklist of what the woman didn't want. Well, I kind of put the same thing on my Match.com profile, but I'm not jaded about it, right? And I'm very reasonable. I'm not going to judge a woman based on her completely on her looks or her status or income status or her financial status. What matters to me the most is, does she have a warm heart and a warm soul? And is she superficial or not? Is she looking for the perfect looking guy with the perfect height and size of a particular body part and 6 figures or more? Or is she just looking for a guy that does well enough to take care of himself and is just a good dude? A lot of these women nowadays have unreasonable expectations, and that's why you see them on these dating sites forever, because they never settle. They never settle because no guy ever reaches their standards. Many of them come close, some very close, but if you're not exact or higher, boom. Some women will still not give you the chance. And then they complain that, oh, there aren't any good men left anymore in this world, right? Right. Give me a second here, folks. Outback says, yes, and have dessert at my new ice cream shop. Dude, I'll buy ice cream. You bought an ice cream shop, bro? Andy, you bought an ice cream shop? Oh, geez. Andy, do you have any like sugar-free ice cream or any of the like the low-carb stuff, or is it just all sugar? I'm sure you have some variation. I like that, dude. I'm going to have to come out there. Maybe if I meet one of these ladies that I've been talking with, Andy, and we take a little weekend getaway, we'll come to the Central Valley and pass through your neck of the woods. I think that would be awesome, Andy. I will be in touch, bro. We're going to make it happen, dude. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off here? Naively, I thought I'd struck it lucky on my very first attempt. For our date, I offered to cook her Italian food at mine while my parents babysat Lizzie. So you invited this woman over to your place on the first date. Not a good move, brother. Not a good move, brother. You know, if a woman is going to come over to your place on the first date, it's going to be for a hookup, bro, and it's not going to go anywhere. A woman that wants to potentially have something long-term is going to meet you in a public place the first time. Now, if that happens on the second date, different story, but the first date, dude, that was a bad move. What I would have done, bro, is met up with her and said, hey, you want to take a little, hike, or you want to take a 1 hour walk at the park or something and have a conversation. Make it simple, but make it outdoors, a lot of people around. And if it doesn't work out, bro, at least you get some exercise and you get something out of it. And it was worth the time to go out there, whether, like I said, it works out or not. So that right there, in my opinion, dude, I wouldn't have done that. Unless you wanted the hookup, which you say you don't. On the day I went shopping for ingredients with a spring in my step, because you were excited, she was hot, and you thought you were going to get some, right? You thought that you were going to cook her dinner, woo her, and you thought you were going to get some, and it was going to lead into a magical, amazing relationship. Bro, welcome to 2021. Welcome to the modern world of dating, brother. That's not the way it works. Oh, boy. When I messaged Hannah to confirm the time, I got no response. Let me repeat that one more time. When I messaged Hannah to confirm the time, I got no response. Bro, once again, welcome to the wonderful world of modern world dating. Welcome to the wonderful world of being ghosted. Welcome to the wonderful world of women having 100 backup plans. And if one of her plans is perceived to be better than the plans she made with you, even at the last minute, she'll flake out on you and she won't even tell you. She'll ghost you. She won't do it the old school way and say, I'm sorry, I can't make it. You'll just get ghosted and blocked. You just got to get used to it, bro. You can't get mad at it. It's just the way things are. Do I think it's rude? Yes, but I've done it too. Everyone does it. It's just the way it works, bro. And it's sad. I don't like it, but I've learned to deal with it because that's how everyone is now. It's like the norm. It's like the new norm, brother. I left it a few hours and messaged again, but there was still no reply. Then I realized I was being ghosted. Bro, I would have realized I was being ghosted maybe an hour. See, what I do when I'm meeting up with a woman, like on a Saturday or something, let's say I'm meeting up with her at 1 o'clock, I will message her, text her at 8 in the morning and say, are we still on? I'm just confirming that we're still on because I'm not going to prepare and get ready and do all that, right? And if I don't hear from her within 30 to 60 minutes, if I don't hear from her by 9 o'clock, at that point, I've already written it off. And then I'm going off and doing something else. But you're newly single, and this is one of your first experiences. I think in the future, you're going to know how to handle this. I was stunned. Yeah, the first time it happened to me many years ago when I started hearing about this you're being ghosted thing, right? It stunned me too. Now I expect it. Now everyone ghosts everyone, bro. I never experienced anything like it before. Welcome to modern world reality, brother. When I'd last been single, people at least send a text canceling a date. I know, bro. And that's how I am too, or how I used to be. But no one's like that anymore, dude, because it's very fast-paced nowadays. It's just the way these smartphones and the apps of these smartphones have made us be. You can blame the late and great Steve Jobs for creating the smartphone, the iPhone, and then for Google creating the Android operating system. Primarily, Samsung devices are the ones that, put out the Android system. There are many other devices, but Samsung's like the best Android phone you can get, in my opinion. And then Apple, just Apple, right? So blame Steve Jobs. He's in a better place now, though. After that first disaster, I did go on to meet several women with varying degrees of success. Before each date, I feel nervous but hopeful. Maybe this would be someone I wanted to spend my life with. You can't think of it that way, bro. You got to do what my buddy Coach Corey Wayne says. You got to do the 3 H's, dude. Hang out, have fun, hook up, right? Be a good guy. And don't be an asshole and don't be a sissy or anything like that. Be a good dude. But don't bring up the relationship. Hang out, have fun, and hook up. If she reaches out to you, you want to wait for her to reach out to you, dude. After a date, she'll reach out to you. She'll say, I had a good time. I had a great time too. I'd love to see you again. When are you free to hang out again, right? And she'll say, I'm free this weekend. Oh, great. Then you make a date. Lather, rinse, repeat. You do that. And if she keeps coming around for 2 to 3 months, she'll start to get feelings for you, and she'll start to get used to you being around, and, she'll start to get emotionally attached, and that's when she'll bring up the relationship to you. Let her bring up the commitment, not you. Your job as a man is to hang out, have fun, and hook up. That's all you do, bro. You take her out, go hiking, go to nice dinners, and then you ram the living you-know-what out of her, right? You want to knock her into the next millennium in the bedroom, right? Hang out, have fun, hook up. That's it. That's all you do, bro. Let her handle the relationship aspect of it, right? It's more important nowadays, bro. It's changed a lot in the last 11 years. Women always back off. No kidding, bro. They have too many options, dude. They have too many options because of the thirsty beta males. And I don't want to call you a beta. I'm not going to call you a beta because you have been out of the scene for the last 11 years. But if you don't turn this around, dude, you're heading down beta male status, bro. Stay out of the beta male status if you don't want to deal with this stuff. In early 2019, there was Laura, who was a friend of a friend and seemed great on our first few dates. But when she said she was in love with me on the third date, it was far too intense. Exactly, bro. You don't fall in love after 3 dates. And any woman that says she's in love with you after 3 dates, number one, you probably rammed her pretty good, brother. You probably you probably hit that better than any other guy has, right? But that still doesn't mean it's love. It takes time. That's way too fast and way too intense. Any normal woman would know it's too soon. Heck, 2 ex-girlfriends ago, she brought it up about 2.5 months into the relationship, and I still thought that was too soon. It still threw me off. But it would have thrown me off a lot more had she told me she's in love with me after 3 dates. I don't believe real love can come that quickly. It can't, bro. I mean, you can really like someone and be excited and feel chemistry. You can have fun without, falling in love too quickly. If you continue having fun for several months and it's consistent, then that's where love can come into play naturally. You can't force it. This woman was trying to force love upon you. She was probably trying to lock you down, bro, because she saw value in you. Maybe she wanted you to take care of her. I don't believe real love can come that quickly, so I gently broke it off with her. She was upset, but I didn't want to just ghost her, having experienced that myself. Well, let me tell you something, bro. You're going to end up ghosting women, and women are going to ghost you. You say you don't want to ghost people, you didn't want to ghost her, but let me tell you, bro. If you don't ghost these women, you're going to be dealing with emotional overload with the ones that don't work for you. And the reason why women ghost men is because there are a lot of men on the flip side that are feminized men that when a woman breaks up with them or stops talking with them, they get emotional, which is, not a masculine way of behaving for a man. That's a feminine way of behaving. That's why women ghost men, and that's why most men like me would also ghost a woman like that. It's not that I wouldn't want to, gently break it off with her and give her the courtesy call. It's just that giving her that courtesy call is going to upset her, and who knows what could happen. She might go crazy. She might turn into a stalker. The best thing to do, bro, nowadays in that situation is just ignore them and move on. Most people understand the modern culture of ghosting. It's just a common thing now, man. I don't like it. I'm old school, but that's just the way it is. So he's like, she was upset, but I didn't want to just ghost her, having experienced that myself. Right, dude. You want to treat people the way you want to be treated. The problem is the majority of people are doing it the opposite way. They're ghosting people because they don't want to deal with the emotional overload, which is going to just waste their time. They want to move on and find someone that's a better fit and not waste time trying to explain to someone why it's not working out, right? He experienced ghosting for the first time and couldn't believe it happened so early on. Well, believe it happens all the time. That summer, I met Jenny on a dating app. She came around to watch a movie while Lizzie was having a sleepover with my parents, who are a great support to me and help with childcare. As soon as she got in the front door, she stripped off. Really? I'm a red-blooded male, and I didn't complain, but I never heard from her again, although it was fun. One-night stands aren't for me. I agree with you, bro. So this woman comes over. As soon as she got in the front door, she took off her clothes and she just wanted to get down to business. You see, dude, you're not doing. Oh, awesome, Andy. Andy, I'm going to come out there soon. It's Lord's Ice Cream from San Leandro, 50-year-old company. All ice cream is small batch, like when they started out 50 years ago. We open on Wednesday. Wow. You bought it, Andy? You're the owner? Do you have any partners, or what's going on if you're still around? Dude, I gotta come out there, bro. I love ice cream, bro. But I'm going to go on a hike first, Andy, so I burn off all the calories, all right? Oh, man. Andy, you got me sold, brother. I love this. All right. Give me just a second here. Let me check out Facebook real quick. Okay, nothing happening on Facebook. We're good. Well, I was going to do something and I totally forgot. Yeah, I was going to say that you need to do a better job of qualifying the woman, dude, the guy, in the article, the single dad, right? The number one reason why most relationships fail is because people don't take the time to qualify their prospects. Dude, you're bringing these women over to your place on the first date. What do you expect to happen, dude? Let me tell you something, dude. Whenever I brought a woman to my place, it's because I wanted to have some bedroom fun. Let me appease the YouTube algorithm. You don't bring a woman over to your place, just hang out and play Monopoly, dude. You bring a woman to your place to have a romantic night of fun. But you're meeting these women on a first date. You got to go out in public. It sounds like to me that maybe this guy is not as social as he kind of appears to be. That could be part of the problem right there. You see, you never hear the entire story, right? And maybe this guy is probably a little bit more beta than alpha. I wouldn't say he's a complete beta, but I wouldn't say he's a complete alpha either. But he lacks experience. I mean, he got with this woman at age 21 when he was very young, was with her for 11 years, and didn't experience anything else along the way. So it's almost kind of like you're a 21-year-old man in a 32-year-old man's body. It's all me. Like us on Facebook. You got it, Andy. Andy, I am going to come out there. And if I may be meeting up with a good woman sometime soon. If things go well, bro, and we take a weekend adventure at some point, we will come out there. Wow. Wow, I'm proud of you, Andy. I'm going to give you another big round of applause, Andy. That's awesome, bro. Congratulations, dude. Seriously, man. I miss all you folks in Northern California. I miss those days of networking, man. You guys are good people. And again, dude, I'm sorry that I know we were supposed to hang out recently, man. And I know just a lot of stuff's been happening, dude. And my apologies, bro. I will make it up to you. And I will buy you lunch when I come out there. And I won't take no for an answer, bro. Fair enough. Let's continue here because I'm going to take another break in a second before I share some personal stories. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought. We're at 1 hour. And, well, I cannot tell the exact time because the live streaming server screwed up a bit. I think we're at 1 hour and 37 minutes right now. Or something around that time. That's the problem when the live streaming server gets cut off on YouTube. It kind of screws up the exact timer. But anyway. All right, let's continue. So you're not on the one night stands, dude. Then ask a woman, what are you seeking on here? A lot of these sites, like if you go on Tinder, just about everyone's looking for a one night stand, dude. If you're on Bumble, it says relationship, casual, And even if it says relationship on Bumble, you want to ask the woman when you talk with her by phone, are you talking to these women by phone, or are you just talking with them through texting and then you just meet like that? Dude, you got to pre-qualify these women. You got to qualify these women a lot better, man. That's the problem with these guys. They don't qualify the women, right? Women are qualifying you, trust me. So you should be qualifying them too. What I'm really looking for is someone who I can laugh and talk with, who will be happy coming to the park and bonding with Lizzie. Well, you need to talk with these women on the phone and share this with them, brother, before you invite them over to your place for a first date. And then you're surprised that the chick strips naked and wants to sleep with you because she decided to come to your place on a first date. What the hell else do you expect to happen if a woman wants to come to your place on a first date, sir? I mean, seriously, man. Oh, boy. I got so many topics to discuss. My 8 terabyte hard drive is almost full. It has about 200 gigs of free space. I've had it for a couple of years now, since I started this channel. And I just purchased my 4th hard drive that I showed on the stream about a month ago or so, a 10 terabyte Seagate. And I looked to see how many streams that I have backed up, and it's like over 700. I've done so many topics. Like, I'm never going to run out of topics. I'm never going to run out of things to talk about when I continue seeing stories like this. I can talk about this stuff all day, every day. It fascinates me. Well, did I just get a Facebook message? What happened there? Let me see. Oh, that was you, Andy. Let me look at that on my phone. Oh, wow. Andy, I'm going to show this. It's going through my desktop audio because I have the Facebook live stream open on Facebook. But I'm going to look at it on my phone here. Let's do this. Let's show the people your ice cream. Look at that. Wow. That looks pretty good, bro. Oh my. I love this new Sony a6400. It's so clear. Andy's sending me lots of pictures here. Now, that looks kind of weird because there's some, I guess, some green on the ice cream there, and it's blending in with my green screen. Oh, OBS just cut me off again. And now it popped back in. Gee, thanks, YouTube. 1 hour later, you cut me off again. I hope it doesn't cut out anymore. It's been one of those shows. All right. Let me see here. Let me finish this up here real quick. Though I've always made it very clear, a dad from the offset, it's put some women off, and there have been a few who have backed off when they realize I'm Lizzie's sole carer. Well, those women aren't the right woman for you, bro. I mean, some women are going to be interested in a single dad. That's the sole, provider and caretaker of the child. And some women are not, bro. It's not your decision. You shouldn't let that bother you, bro, because those are just not the right women for you, bro. Maybe they're sexy and hot. Maybe you expect all women to be accepting of that. And while it's a nice thought, bro, that's not how people are. You got to focus on people that are going to be accepting of who you are and are okay with your situation. And the only way to find that out before you waste your time is to tell these women up front. Put it in your profile. And if you're on an app like Tinder or something, okay, when you folks message each other or talk on the phone one time, you tell her everything that could potentially be a deal breaker, bro. I think you've held back because you knew that they would eliminate you once they would find certain things out. Dude, you got to be upfront. You got to be honest and upfront and see if they're going to accept you for you. Because if not, you're going to be spinning your tail, or you're going to be chasing your tail, which is what I'm trying to say. Like a dog trying to chase his tail, right? Round and round and round and round, right? You don't want to be like that, brother. I wanted to get to know someone and let them get to know me, not make snap judgments and scroll on past. I agree with you, dude. That's what I want too. Last year, I had an almost year-long relationship with Nina. Whoa, excellent. That was my high school sweetheart's name, who I met online. But in the end, me being a full-time dad split us up. Why, bro? What happened? At first, it hadn't been a problem, and she said she understood my time and attention would always be divided. Mark hopes to meet a single mom. They call moms mum in other countries across the Atlantic here from the U.S. But as the months went on, it began to cause arguments. There were times she wanted just the two of us to go out, but I didn't have a babysitter for Lizzie, and she would get frustrated if I didn't respond to a message or call back immediately because I was busy with dad duties. Here's the thing, dude. See, I'm critiquing this a little differently than the Strong Successful Male channel did. I'm not saying you're completely wrong about what you're saying, dude, but it sounds like to me you have a lot of expectations on the woman to be very understanding to your needs, and you expect her to go out of her way to understand you may not be available and that you have a child. But dude, what are you doing to make some effort for her? If you really care about her, dude, and you've been together with her for a year, you're going to, start to do a little bit more for her, which could mean a little less time with your girl. It doesn't mean you neglect your girl. But if your girlfriend wants to see you every so often without your daughter and go on a romantic trip, you reach out to your parents and say, hey, look, can you take care of, whatever, I forgot what the little girl's name was, Lizzie, right? You take care of Lizzie for the week, or you find a babysitter, or you find someone to watch your daughter. Listen, dude, if this woman was hanging around with you for 1 year, with you having a child, the fact that you have a child is not what upset her. What upset her is the fact that you weren't willing to make any sacrifices for her like she made for you. The truth of the matter is, it shouldn't be this way, but it is true. The truth of the matter is, when you're dating a single mom or a single dad, let's say you're a single dad, and let's say you're a single guy dating a single mother, right? As a guy going into that, you have to understand that you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And as a woman, if she wants it to work out with the guy, she's going to have to make some sacrifices that may mean a little less time with her kids. See, if you really wanted to work it out, bro, you would have found a way to spend a little more time with her and satisfy the relationship. Because here's the thing, dude. Your kid's very important. Kids are very important, and they should come first. But relationships are also a lot of work. And if you want them to work, you have to do your part, whether you're a single father or not. It sounds like to me that you wanted her to be 100% understanding to your wants and needs as a parent, but you didn't want to be understanding to her wants and needs, and you expected her to just deal with how you wanted to, handle the relationship and the time that you wanted to invest. And you didn't want to go out of your way to give any more time because of your daughter. That's an excuse, bro. If you really wanted to, you would have. So I hate to say it, bro. In this case, I think the woman is right. And, I hate to admit that, but right is right and wrong is wrong, right? If a woman is right, I'll say she's right. In this case, I think she's right. Over time, I felt she resented Lizzie. No, dude, she resented you. God, dude. And we eventually split up. Lizzie had met Nina, but she just thinks she was a special friend. So now you're lying to your daughter, saying that this is a special friend. That's another issue, dude. You got to be honest with your daughter. Kids are getting smarter nowadays. You tell your daughter that that's your girlfriend. This is a special friend. Dude, if you're going to tell your own daughter that your girlfriend's a special friend and your girlfriend hears you saying that, dude, come on, man. How do you think the woman's going to feel? Oh, so I'm a special friend now, right? Come on, bro. You messed this one up. And for now, that's all she needs to know. Well, that's because you're overprotected, bro, and that's why your relationship failed. Now I get it. I need to protect her from that sort of drama and upset, but it really did knock my confidence about dating for a long time. And at night, I'd often sit and wonder if I was going to be alone forever. If you're thinking like that, dude, like all the time, and you're wondering if you're going to be alone for the rest of your life and you're not just putting yourself out there and keep on trying, then, dude, you're heading down the beta male. You're heading down the beta, path, bro. You're not quite there yet, but you're almost there. Dude, you have a lot of expectations from these women, dude, and that's why they're leaving you. That's why it's not working out. You have too many rules, dude, and you're overprotective of your daughter, and you're lying to your daughter about a 1-year relationship saying she's a special friend. Okay. Let's see. Between lockdown, homeschooling, and recently getting back to work, I'd set dating to one side, but now, with life starting to feel more normal, I'd like to try again. Okay? I still have a Tinder profile, but in the future, I'd prefer to meet women the old-fashioned way, at the pub, through friends, or at work. I want to get to know someone and let them get to know me, not make snap judgments and scroll on past. There are sites where you don't have to scroll, bro, where you can just respond to profiles. But the entire world has gone to online dating. Now, people still meet in person, but it's not as common. Why? Because what was the most challenging thing when talking with people in person, right? You didn't know if they were single or not. You didn't know if they were married or not, right? So at least what the online world has done is it's, allowed us to, connect with other singles that we know are single, or at least they say they're single. Some people lie about it, but the majority of people are actually single, right? In the real world, you don't know that unless you go up to them and ask them, right? Hey, how you doing? I think you look cute. I'd like to get to know you. Would you like to hang out sometime? May I get your number? Oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. And sometimes these women, if they don't have a boyfriend, dude, because they're not attracted to you physically, right? And they're not interested, they're going to say they have a boyfriend anyway, right? So this is just the way it is, dude. I've had an epiphany that a single mom might be the best match for me. Maybe, maybe not, bro. Leave your options open. Don't sell yourself short, bro. Right now, dude, you're kind of dwelling in your own sorrows, in your own misery, bro. Not only will we have shared experiences, but we'll each understand that the other has a practical and emotional juggle to perform in a relationship and not feel threatened by that. Dude, I've dated a few single moms in my life. And they were great experiences. These women were great lovers. They were attentive. They were able to balance out their kids and our relationship. You need to figure out how to balance out your kid and the women you want to date. I think you should work on that first before you put yourself back out there. But leave your options open, dude. It sounds like you're feeling sorry for yourself. One day, the right woman will come along, but until she does, I'm a proud and happy single dad to my perfect girl, Lizzie. See, here's the thing, dude. you're focusing all of your energy on your daughter, which is fine. But you know what you're doing? You know what the worst thing is you're doing, dude? You're doing it at the expense of neglecting yourself, bro. It's one thing to be good to your kid. It's another thing to be so good to your kid to the point of where you're neglecting yourself, your well-being, and your happiness, sir. I share these stories, folks, because I understand the situation here. I can read something and really dissect with my intuition what these people are actually feeling and thinking. And these are things that they won't put out there. Why? Because they're ashamed of this, right? But I can read right through things. I can read right through things with my instinct and my intuition. And that's why I'm good at helping people, figure these things out so they can turn it around and accomplish whatever they want. It's the bottom line. All right. So I don't know the exact time of where we're at. I think we are at around 1 hour and 54 minutes or something like that. I think that's where we're at. I'm going to step away and take another quick break. And when I get back, I'm going to just share one or two stories regarding some examples of how to better qualify people, and if these women that I was talking to, that I've been talking to, would have better qualified their mate, they wouldn't be going through divorce right now. So we'll talk about that when I get back after the break, and probably only going to be on another maybe 15 or 20, 25 minutes when I get back. I'm just stepping away because I need to use the restroom real quick. So let's cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. But first, oh yeah, we did move back to the main screen there. Okay. All right, give me a second here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I just need one more. All right, folks, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a break, a little bit more than 5 minutes or so. And when I get back, I'm going to share a couple stories before we wrap things up. So stick around. We'll be right Yes, we're back. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yes. Lewis Fuller's over on Facebook as well. Hey, Lewis, you're everywhere, bro. Yeah, I'll get to the chat just a little bit. We had another person join the stream in the middle of the night. It's probably morning in his neck of the woods. All right. All right. I just don't understand some people. I really don't. You boot them out and they still donate to you. It's just rather comical to me. Maybe they like a lot of attention. Who knows? Anyway. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. This is the late night with Coach Eli edition. It is 5:56 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2:56 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods, and I've got another great story to share with you here regarding the topic. It's going to make sense. We've been discussing the number one reason why most relationships fail and how to better qualify people. And the number one reason why most relationships fail is because people don't take the time to better qualify people or qualify them at all. This is exactly what happened to this woman I've been talking with for the past day or so. I'm going to share some of our communication. We also talked by phone. She does want to meet me, but I don't think I'm going to meet her. I don't think I'm going to do that. Jesus Christ. Some people just don't get enough, right? They like a lot of attention. Anyway. Hey, Papa Jam TV, shout out Coach Eli, fire. Hey, brother, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. If you missed any parts of this, bro, you're going to want to check out the replay. Lots of interesting things were discussed or have been discussed. All right, folks, let me just go ahead and get right to this because, it's, like I said, I only really want to be on another 20 or 30 minutes. I want to get some rest and relax, but this may take longer. Hopefully it doesn't. So I'm just not going to waste any time, and I'm going to get right to it. So, like I said, yesterday, I started swiping again on Bumble because I have a premium membership that expires on July 7th. And I'm like, let me get my money's worth. Let me see if there are any new matches. I went through all the matches within a 75-mile radius a few weeks before that when I first got my premium package on Bumble. And, didn't have the best luck. I did meet one woman. I mentioned that I met her last week, and it just it was just kind of a heck of a ride. She just ended up not being the right fit. She was too masculine behaving for me. Except when we were in person and making out, when we talked on the phone, like she was just too masculine, trying to be too controlling, trying to wear the pants, yada, yada, yada. So I went and checked to see if I have any new, potential matches in the area, and there were a lot. I literally swiped left and right on probably at least 400 or 500 profiles. And I got a lot of responses and connections, and I've got a lot of women in the queue. That's going to happen when you do that, right? And I came across this woman that lives locally to me, a few cities away. I'm not going to mention what city she's in. We both swiped left on each other, and she liked my profile. I liked hers. So we started communicating. And on Bumble, women reach out to you first. This is what she said. Hi, Eli. How are you? I am I'm not going to mention the city, near your area. New here looking for new friends. You're looking for friends, huh, ma'am? I'm looking for something romantic. I wrote, hey, and I'm going to substitute ma'am instead of saying her name. Hey, ma'am, nice to meet you. I'm actually seeking someone more along the lines of a romantic relationship. You see, I'm direct and decisive. If a woman mentions friends, I'm sorry, it's not going to work for me, right? But I say it politely and see what she says, right? Are you just seeking friends or open to romance? Great question. If she says friends, I'm out. Peace out. There's plenty of fish in the queue. Plenty of other fish in the queue, right? She gets back and says, I say friends because I just separated from my husband. Ooh. Maybe you should put that in your profile. We realize we are incompatible in COVID. That's not the reason, ma'am. I know the real reason. I talked to you by phone. We'll get to that in a bit. We lived together with the kids during this transition, so I am trying to not overwhelm myself just getting to know people. Cool with this? Now, give me a second. I need to clear my throat. These allergies are kicking in again. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Pardon me. Let me just situate myself. Boop, boop, boop. Itch on my nose. Itch, itch, itch for good luck. All right. Let's continue. She writes, I say friends because, oh no, I haven't read that. I wrote, absolutely, I'm sorry to hear about what you've been through. Just so you know, I'm a good guy that enjoys spending time with a good lady. I love the outdoors, especially hiking and great conversations. Are you open to meeting in person? She's like, yes! Exclamation point. I was thinking that since I live so close to each other, since we live so close to each other, I am cool company. Well, you sound neglected, ma'am. That's the truth. I love the idea of friends because you get to know people authentically. Well, ma'am, you want to call it friends because, like you want to have an easy way out if it doesn't work. And you feel kind of weird because you still love your husband. You're just not in love with him because he's not satisfying you in the ways you want me to satisfy you. I love how women are so beat around the bush on this thing. I'm neglected romantically, right? I love the idea of friends because you get to know people authentically. My husband has autism. No, he doesn't, ma'am. When we talked on the phone, you told me that. And the bottom line is that this is what this woman said when we talked by phone. I'm going to kind of integrate, the call and what we talked about through. This is on the Bumble app, and then we went to texting, and then we went to the phone. But I'm going to integrate the three where they make sense. She says that because she has a 6-year-old son that has autism. He's a high-functioning autistic kid. So she assumes her husband has autism because of that, and she's been trying to force him to get diagnosed. Okay? The truth of the matter is, ma'am, your husband does not have autism. Autism. Your husband doesn't have autism. Your husband has Beta-Mon syndrome. Man, I can't even keep a straight face. I'm losing it. Your husband doesn't have autism. Your husband, ex-husband to be, has Beta-Mon syndrome. Beta-Mon, 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 Beta-Mon. And ma'am, you were seeking the beta male or Beta-Mon provider, which is why you settled, ma'am, and why you're in the situation you're in, because you didn't qualify. You didn't qualify your prospect. It's harsh, but true, ma'am. She thinks her husband, ex-husband to be, has autism, and she's been trying to force him to, get diagnosed. Because she told me on the phone, like, he doesn't talk a lot. He's a quiet guy. No, ma'am, he's an introverted, and I try to tell her this on the phone too. He's an introverted man. He's always been like this. And what attracted you to him initially from the beginning was maybe you were not as outgoing at that point, and you were okay with that. At the same time, ma'am, your biological clock was ticking, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, because she had her kids at 35 and 39, and now she is 46, 1 year younger than me. So your biological clock was ticking, ma'am. You couldn't find another guy that was going to be a good provider, right? And she's a stay-at-home mom. She does run a side entrepreneur business, but her husband is the beta mon provider. Beta mon, beta mon, beta mon. And she lost respect for him. And they both stopped having sex, right? So now they're just like best friends living in the same house because of the kids. And now she's at the point of where I miss having sex, so I'm going to go and find it elsewhere. Because I couldn't choose the right person first, because I settled for a beta mod that I wasn't really attracted to. Because I wanted to have a kid before my biological clock expires, and I wanted to be with someone that was going to take care of myself and the family. Ma'am, you put yourself in this position. Many other women do the same thing. It's the truth. This is the truth. Let's see. My husband has autism. He doesn't talk much. Quiet as a dog. He's a beta mon. That doesn't mean he has autism, ma'am. He's a good person and dad. Yes, he's a nice guy, ma'am. That's called a beta mon. Beta mon. Oh, boy. Just not for me. He never was the right guy for you, ma'am. You settled. You settled because your biological clock was ticking and you needed someone to have kids with that was going to be a good provider. When other guys that were your type of guy weren't giving you the time of day. I know that you don't like drama. I don't, ma'am. I can't stand drama. Drama annoys me more than anything. I just eliminate all drama from my life. Neither do I. Well, that's good, ma'am. Honesty helps avoid a drama situation. Well, that's true, ma'am. Or pre-qualifying your prospects will help drama. You're not going to be dealing with drama with your ex-husband-to-be, whether you think you are or not. But you put yourself in that position, ma'am. You sound like an outgoing, nice person, sort of like me. Well, ma'am, I'm a good guy. And I am actually a nice guy, but I'm not the social stigma version of nice guy like your husband, the beta mon. I'm a good dude, but I'm also a man. And if you had the chance to be with me, I would rock your world in and out of the bedroom like anything you've seen, but I don't even think it's going to go there because this is a red flag, folks. This is a red flag type of woman here. And this woman is so deprived, and she's going to be so needy, and she's also going to need a beta man, not a beta man, she's going to need another provider type of guy, and that's not going to be me. I'm not going to provide for her and her 2 kids. Now, I love kids, and I would have no problem being a father figure, but the position that this woman is in, okay, she's going to be dependent on any man that she meets nowadays to step in and fill in the role of her ex-husband financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, and all that. It's going to be too much. I wrote, romance is important in a relationship and marriage. If not too personal, was there romance lacking, and was that a major issue that contributed to your separation? You see how I'm asking these important questions immediately, guys? I'm not waiting months down the road after I'm emotionally invested to get down to the point. I wrote, I can tell we are very much alike, and I am a good guy, fun and very outgoing. I am good with starting off as friends, which I kind of just threw that in there. I'm really not. But at this point, I knew this woman really liked me, so I was just kind of testing her, right? And then I wrote, but if you end up liking me more, that's your fault, not mine. LOL. I made a joke out of it. Did you like my pictures? What did you honestly think of my pictures? Just curious. At this point, I didn't really care. I typically wouldn't ask that because it sounds kind of needy, which I'm not. But I just wanted to see how this woman was really, feeling about me. She goes, romance is important. It is difficult when a spouse doesn't communicate much. He's a beta man. He's a shy, timid, introverted beta man, and you're extroverted. And when we talked on the phone, she said, yes, I am extroverted. And he's introverted. And you wore the pants in the relationship, so you lost respect for him, man. That's the bottom line. Holy smokes. Andy, you got a new live streaming rig up from Rode is the best, bro. I have a Rode mini shotgun microphone for my iPhone 12 Pro Max. And I'm probably going to get a Rode shotgun mic for my Sony A6400 because I'm probably going to use that for some videos. But the Sony A6400 only goes up to 4K at 30 frames per second. And my iPhone 12 Pro Max can do 4K at 60 frames per second. So I don't know. But I really like the A6400. And Rode is a great, great, great company. So you're going to live stream from your business, bro? Like, wow, that's a nice setup, bro. That's pretty nice. Thank you for sharing that, bro. You sent that to me on Facebook. Cool. Not a whole lot of romance and companionship in our marriage. Ma'am, he's a beta male. You're an alpha female. Or at least you had to step in and be the alpha female, even if you didn't want to be, because your husband was lacking masculine energy. He's just a really nice guy. He's the classic beta male provider, man, that you lost respect for, fell out of love with, got with him because your biological clock was ticking, and you wanted to have kids with someone that could provide for you and the kids and the family. Guess what? She goes, I create luxury items, and I'm not going to mention what she says because I don't want people to find out who she is. Just started those businesses during COVID, so I am a hopeful romantic. The tragedy of my personality. And she goes, you are cute. As I get more mature, I realize it's the inside the person that makes a long-lasting relationship. Of course, ma'am. The bottom line is, though, no matter how attractive a guy is, if he's not being romantic with you and not communicating with you, and, if he's being a shy, timid, introverted type of guy, I mean, there's going to be no spark there, man. There's no spark. There's no fire. There was never any fire in your marriage. She's like, what do you think about my pics? I wrote, you're an entrepreneur like me. I also think that you are cute. You want to know how I know when there's compatibility with someone I'm getting to know? And the rest was just, us talking about entrepreneurial stuff, things like that. I don't think I need to read all that. Let me read what's pertinent here. Okay. I wrote, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel you and I are going to get along very easily and naturally. I get this good feeling about you. And I think I do get along with her. And she likes me. And I could probably have something with her. The thing is, I don't want to put up with what she's going to go through. Because no matter what happens, that's Andy sending me pictures on Facebook. No matter what happens, it's going to be a crazy divorce, and between her husband ex-husband-to-be and her kids and what she's going to be dealing with, it's going to put me right in the middle of it. And quite frankly, this is a huge, huge red flag, folks. Andy says I have a bunch of Rode mics. Cool, bro. I love Rode. Rode is awesome. She wrote back and said, I think so. Dang, you are a strong communicator. I wrote, you think I'm a strong communicator? Do you like that? And if so, what do you like about it? She wrote, I do. I have been missing communication in the relationship. Man, you've been missing. You've been missing communication, intimacy. You've been missing companionship. You've been missing the entire romantic aspect, which is the purpose of being in any relationship or marriage in the first place, ma'am. So then I asked her for her cell number. I'm just kind of skipping through stuff that's not pertinent. And I'm going to share a few of the texts actually from when we started texting on our actual phones. And then I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 or 10 minutes, folks. So get your questions, comments, concerns in right now on Facebook and on YouTube. And I'll go through the chat one last time before I go off the air here in about 5 or 10 minutes. All right. So I texted her and I said, on her phone, I said, hello again, ma'am. It is great to get off that app and get to know you more personally. I'm really enjoying this conversation, and good thing I have no clients until later this afternoon. I had some people to deal with earlier today. But my morning was pretty freed up. So, I was getting to know her, doing some other things, keeping myself busy. She wrote back and said, hi, I'm glad you aren't intimidated by my ambitious nature. You out here, I hear guys don't like ambitious women in the dating world. Well, I wrote to her and I said, I love an ambitious woman. I just don't like women that try to act like men. LOL. You seem very feminine. And she did, because I was acting masculine. She was able to be feminine with me. Right? That's the key, guys. She's right. Well, I am. Yeah, she's like, well, I am who I am. So I may come off like a man in a work situation. It's human nature, right? I would have to see a situation to say if a woman is acting like a man. I clearly imagine a lesbian woman emulating a man's behavior. She's like, nothing against lesbians. Okay, of course not. I mean, we're very diverse, right? I wrote back to her and I said, you seem very feminine to me, and just because you work doesn't make you come off like a man. Want to know, actually, okay, no, that doesn't, I'm not going to read that. Let's see. I wrote, your personality is very attractive to me. It's very natural and easy to get along with. And it is. She's actually a cool chick. It's just that she's got too much going on, too much baggage. Too much baggage, and it's not the kids. It's just the whole entire thing. The whole entire thing. And she's going through a separation, and she's not actually separated. She's living in the same house with her ex-husband-to-be and her kids. If she was living on her own, different story. But the reason why she's still there is because he's the beta male provider, and she's about to take half his stuff. She's about to take half this guy's money. Whew. Jesus Christ. Pardon me a second. All right. I also think you are very beautiful in the pictures you shared. I'm not worried about feeling different when we meet. I'm very attracted to you because you seem like an all-around very good woman. She's like, wow, thank you. Your words are a lot to take in. Thank you for the compliment. People see my exterior, but not the real me. And listen to what she wrote here. This is how intuitive women are, and how horrible some other guys are that ruin it for us, right? They really get these women to become really jaded. She's like, are you just into Asian women? She goes, I worry that guys are into their fascination of an Asian woman and get biased from the beauty they see. You seem down to earth, though. I was laughing at that, and that's not me, but there are a lot of guys like that. So I can't discredit that. I can't discredit what she said there. That's true. I wrote, I don't judge. I've dated different cultures in the past. I am not fascinated by Asian beauty in general. I just like you for who you are, and I think you are a pretty woman. Makes sense? She's like, yes, what's your ethnicity? Greek. I wrote, so honestly, are you glad we connected? And what do you honestly think so far? She's like, duh, your profile. It is a Monday. Are you okay with the fact that I have kids? I'm like, and then she's like, yes, I think we can hang out. I'm like, I'm fine that you have kids. How old are your kids? She's like, I like in-person interactions. Great. 10 and 6. She wrote, well, yes, ma'am. You like in-person interactions because you really haven't had any, because you've been with a beta mon that has never really interacted with you. And probably the few times you were intimate with him was when he got you pregnant to have your kids. So that's as far as I'm going to go. Well, let me read one more part here. I asked her, I go, so have you, here's an important part. So have you met anyone else since your separation from your husband, or would I be the first? She wrote back and said, I honestly am getting sick of texting for a long time when dating. I don't know. It takes away something from getting to know someone. You can't see facial expressions, hear the voice, etc. Dating in the old days was not so technology based. She had talked to a few other guys, and they wasted her time through texting and never met her. She wrote, no, I have not met anyone in person. I wrote back and said, I don't usually text this much. Do you have time for a brief call in a few minutes? She writes, why do you ask? Well, she was responding to, has she met anyone in person from Bumble? She's like, why do you ask if I met someone? I wrote, I will call you in 5 minutes. Looking forward to it. I'll answer your question on the phone. So I just basically told her on the phone that I was just curious to know, if you met anyone else because, of your situation. It's, fairly new, and, you said it's a new experience, and I'm not curious about it. I'm just wondering if you met anyone and how did it go? How's your experience been? The truth of the matter is, I was trying to see, okay, is she hooking up with other guys and just, having sex and doing other things, or is she really, really looking for somebody serious? The truth of the matter is this is a woman that is not necessarily a bad woman, but the position she is in right now, she shouldn't be going out and dating and looking for a relationship. If anything, she should be maybe looking to hook up, have some fun. And I think she's just missing the sexual contact and intimacy with someone. But quite frankly, for the sake of her kids, I think she should focus on, getting out of the place she lives with her husband, sharing custody with the kids, making it a simple and easy divorce, and then at that point move on with, her life once her divorce is finalized, and then she can focus on this. I just don't think she's ready. She's not ready for something real, but she's missing companionship and intimacy and all that. And she's trying to meet someone to have that, but not come out and say it because she doesn't want to be looked upon as a word that starts with S. And if I said it, would definitely keep my video demonetized. And because I'm under manual review, because YouTube already demonetized me at the beginning of the stream, I don't want to take any chances. So the bottom line is, this woman did not pre-qualify this man. He was a nice guy. She told me initially, they got along well. He used to, communicate a little bit more. But the truth of the matter is that, I believe she settled for him because her biological clock was ticking. She wanted to have kids. She was looking for someone that was going to take care of her and her kids. And she found a guy that would do it, which, we call the beta male provider, right? And then she's trying to say, she thinks her husband has autism, and I want him to get tested because he doesn't talk a lot and he's not affectionate. There's no chemistry between the both of you, man. You guys are just friends. Yes, you are friends. Maybe you do love each other as friends, but there was nothing ever romantic about what you two had. I could tell that based on the conversation that we were having. This guy's a beta man. He's a beta male provider. So that's going to do it, folks. I'm not exactly sure where we're at because there were a few cutoffs with the YouTube live streaming server. If I had to guess, we're probably somewhere around 2 hours and 33 or 34 minutes right now. Maybe 2 hours and 35 minutes. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you, Papa Jam TV. Thank you, Outback Andy Foster. And who else was here earlier today? Thank you to Beastmaster again for the $2 super chat or super sticker. Thank you to Lewis Fuller for being here. And thank you to Critical Mass for stopping at the beginning of the show. All right, folks. I'll be back later today. I'm going to get some rest and maybe do a walking stream later, maybe do a couple of streams. And I've got some other pre-recorded videos coming very, very soon as well. So with that being said, have yourselves a good one. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.